And tourists continue to sound off about more Strip properties charging for parking.
But I think they should. I mean, it's a good opportunity for them to make money.
Well, I think they're making a lot of money the way it is. I don't think they should do it.
MGM and Caesars are now on board, so does that mean other casinos around the valley will join the movement?
The cold weather continues with a brief warm-up for the weekend, but you may not want to turn off your heat just yet. Don't miss your Weather Now forecast.
They aren't even on the ice yet, but the Vegas Golden Knights are taking some criticism for their name. The U.S. Army says they were the Golden Knights first and are now calling for change before the puck drops next year.
Now, live, this is 8 News Now at 11.
A homicide investigation is underway just north of downtown. All police are telling us right now is that this is a shooting, and one person was killed on 10th Street near Bonanza and Maryland Parkway.
Not clear yet if officers are searching for a suspect or what led up to the shooting, but we'll continue to update you as we learn more information. Thanks for joining us live at 11. I'm Dave Courvoisier.
And I'm Christiane Klein in for Denise. Two of the biggest hotel companies on the Strip have plans in place to charge for parking. So will other properties follow?
Well, MGM made the move earlier this year. Last night, Caesars says it will follow suit, bringing the total number of hotels to charge for parking to 20. Mauricio Marin's out live on Las Vegas Boulevard now with a closer look at whether other companies plan to continue this trend. Mauricio?
Good evening. We also found out today that the Wynn and Encore are going to start charging for valet parking next month. Self-parking is going to remain free, so we decided to look at other properties, see what they have planned, and also what this means for the Strip as a whole.
It's another busy night on the Las Vegas Strip. With more than 42 million visitors last year alone, there's always plenty of cars on the road with people looking to have a good time.
Just to get away and have a little fun spending some money and losing it.
But now they're going to have to dish out a few more bucks to park their car. Caesars and the Wynn are the latest resorts to say parking is going to cost customers.
But I think they should. I mean, it's a good opportunity for them to make money.
Some folks think it's a smart business move. Others aren't so thrilled.
I think they're making a lot of money the way it is. I don't think they should do it.
Most resorts say with the cost of parking, new parking enhancements will come, but it's also likely another way of increasing revenue for the company. Dave Schwartz with UNLV's Center for Gaming Research says it'll be interesting to see if other areas of revenue could take a hit from paid parking.
It's very hard to say how much it will. It definitely will show a dollar increase on the bottom line. Would that money have gone someplace else, and might people be discouraged from coming because of the charge? It's hard to say. When
it comes to locals, we checked around. MGM will keep its free parking for those with Nevada IDs until December 29th. Then you'll have to pay if you don't have a certain M-Life rewards card status. Locals will still be able to self-park free at Caesars and Encore. For those visiting Las Vegas, the cost does have them thinking twice about where they would stay next.
It could actually, if we decided to rent a car, it might, yeah. Could play a factor in staying at that resort in particular.
Others say it's just a few bucks lost. They'll keep coming back.
We lose enough money the way it is. Might as well lose a couple more dollars.
Now, we also reached out to the folks at the Venetian and Palazzo, and they say they don't have any plans to start charging for parking. And around town, well, Boyd Gaming says that their parking is going to remain free, minus the $5 or so that they charge folks who park at their downtown properties. Station Casinos, we also talked with them. They say they plan on offering free parking for their customers as well. Reporting live, Mauricio Marin, 8 News Now.
Mauricio, thanks. Here's a look outside right now. The freeze warning we had last night has expired, but Ted says that doesn't mean it's a good idea to turn off the heat just yet, Ted.
Yeah, getting to the coldest part of the season, Dave. Next week could be even colder. 42 degrees outside right now. Not much air movement. Wind staying about 3. That's good, right? We don't want the wind chill. And we're about a degree colder than we were yesterday at this time. Tomorrow morning, dropping up to the low 30s, or high 30s, I should say. Partly sunny skies tomorrow. We'll be at 53 by lunchtime. Your high tomorrow, 56. That's still a couple of degrees below average, but we'll have those partly sunny skies. We also have a wind advisory, not for tomorrow. This starts on Friday for all these areas here colored in blue, and that starts at 7 a.m. We'll talk about how much wind we're talking about for Friday, and also let you know just how cold it will get for next week That's straight ahead in just about 10 minutes. Dave, back over to you.
All right, Ted, while we're getting some colder weather here at home, folks in the south are getting hit with intense storms. More than a dozen tornadoes swept across parts of Alabama, Louisiana, Mississippi, and Tennessee. So far, the weather is blamed in at least 5 deaths, dozens more hurt. Crews are digging through the extensive damage left behind. The rain is, though, helping firefighters in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, who've been fighting a wildfire blamed for at least 7 deaths and the destruction of dozens of homes.
Well, neighbors in a West Side community are on edge after a string of burglaries happened earlier this week, and the suspects remain at large.
It's frustrating. It's not really the dollar value. It's, you know, we try to move into a little bit safer neighborhood where things like this don't occur, but it's inevitable that stuff like this is going to happen.
Well, this surveillance video caught the suspects getting into an unlocked SUV in the Vistas Village in Summerlin. The owner says a gun was just one of the few things taken. Nearby, another family believes the same men took some decorations from their front yard. Other homeowners say they're now taking extra precautions to protect their homes, like installing surveillance cameras. And as we see every year, package theft is on the rise now that families are having gifts shipped to their front door for the holidays. Viewers have sent us clips of it happening in Centennial, Southern Highlands, and in the Northeast. Now, many of you are probably wondering what can be done to protect the gifts from being taken from your doorstep. Well, here are a few tips. Sign up for text alerts anytime you get a delivery. Have your packages mailed to your workplace. Ask for signature delivery. That way the carrier can't leave an item on your porch. Get a post office box just for the holidays. And finally, the #1 remedy, according to police, know your neighbors. It can be extremely helpful to have someone you can call to pick up packages or at least keep an eye out for strangers. And by the way, Metro Police just launched a new home surveillance registration program called Vegas Safe Cam. That's a way for officers to work with the community to solve crimes faster. For example, after your camera is registered, if a crime happens in your area, police may come to your home and ask you to look through your recordings to see if something is seen from your house. Metro also points out that taking part is voluntary and that the department won't be tapping into your system. Now, if you're interested in signing up, you can find more information in the links we mentioned section of LasVegasNow.com.
Our new hockey team is taking heat from a rather unlikely competitor. While the Golden Knights are still a year out from hitting the ice, some aren't exactly happy about the team's name. Shakayla Alvarenga here with more on why the U.S. Army is taking a closer look at our franchise.
Well, Dave, the Army's parachute team, they've been called the Golden Knights since the 1960s. It's the same name, of course, of our new NHL team. They want to know if the team violated any laws or regulations. Now, amid the controversy, franchise owner Bill Foley says he has no plans to change the name despite their concerns.
There you go, the Vegas Golden Knights.
Controversy on the ice, and the problem is coming from above.
When you're looking at two marks and figuring out whether or not they infringe, you look at not only how similar the marks are, but how similar or related the services are.
They're two totally different teams, but now they share the same name.
The word marks are identical. You also then have to look at how they're using it in commerce.
The parachute team performs in perfect formation, never missing a beat. A spokesperson for the team says trademark rights arise based upon use, not registration, and the Army has used the Golden Knights name for decades. But some sports fans don't see the problem.
I don't know why they'd have a problem with it. Anything that draws attention to their product is a good thing, I would think.
The Knight protects the unprotected.
The man leading the hockey team, Bill Foley, says he too sees no issue with the name.
I don't think there should be any controversy at all with it. I think it's a different logo. You look at the two logos, they're totally different. This is an NHL team.
Foley says he picked the name because Nevada is the largest gold-producing state in the country and because of the gold tones on the strip.
Fans, when they go to purchase a hockey ticket for the Golden Knights, I don't think they're going to be confused into thinking that it's affiliated or coming from the Army.
Now, the next step here would be a preliminary injunction to stop the team from actually using the mark. The Army would have to prove that they're in the right, though. Officials say the review is meant to, quote, protect the proud history of the Army's Golden Knights and their vital role in telling the Army's story. In the studio, Shakayla Abarenga, 8 News Now. Dave?
Thanks, Shakayla. We went to Facebook to find out what you think should come of the Army's complaint. Almost 1,300 people have voted in our poll so far, and more than half of you think the Vegas Golden Knights should review its name, while others think the name is fine or didn't have an opinion.
It continues on. Well, NASCAR Champions Week rolls into Las Vegas, and this year's champion made a special pit stop. Jimmy Johnson visiting kids at an area school. Chris Matthews will have more on Johnson's special message to the children. Plus, Netflix on the plane. The streaming service is making it a reality. What you need to know to take advantage of its latest app update. But before we go to break, we want to remind you that we are still taking donations for our toy and gift card drive with Tobin Fiat. The dealership wants to fill up as many of those Fiats as they can. You have until December 4th to stop by the location at Sahara and Jones, and all of those donations will go to the CASA Foundation. We'll be right back.
Tomorrow on Good Day, one of the world's greatest pop vocal acts starting your day with us right here in the studio.
Where the treetops glisten.
Human Nature joins us to give us a taste of their holiday show on the Strip. Tomorrow on Good Day.
The 7-day forecast on 8 News Now is sponsored by Richard Harris Law Firm.
Ross has toys for every artist, doctor, chef, engineer, firefighter, and athlete on your list. All at Ross at big, big savings.
The most magical time of the year is also the perfect time to take home a new Honda. Like the versatile CR-V, a KBB.com Best Buy for 2016. Hurry into the Happy Honda Day sales event, only at your Honda dealer.
Hi, I'm Dixon Keller with Humana. I'd like to remind you about the Medicare annual enrollment dates. Each year, the annual election period for choosing a 2017 Medicare Advantage or prescription drug plan begins on October 15th and ends on December 7th. That day is right around the corner. It's really important to research your options now so you can make sure you find the plan that best suits your health care needs and budget. For more information, please contact Humana today.
Oh, that's lovely. So graceful. The corkscrew spin, flawless. His signature move, the Flying Dutchman. Poetry in motion.
And there it is, the baby bird.
Breathtaking.
A sumo wrestler figure skating? Surprising. What's not surprising? How much money Heather saved by switching to Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
How's it going? Hi. Today we're going to be comparing the roll-form steel bed of the Chevy Silverado to the aluminum bed of this competitor's truck. Awesome. Let's see how the aluminum bed of this truck held up.
Oh, wow. That's a good-sized puncture.
If you're aluminum now, you're going to go, ooh. Let's check out the Silverado steel bed. Wow.
Yeah, a couple dents.
I'd expect more dents.
Use your Auto Show bonus cash and find your tag for an average of over $11,000 total value on this Silverado All-Star. See your Southern Nevada Chevy dealers.
The first thing I always make for the holidays is a trip to Ross. I find just what I need to prep, cook, and serve a meal in style. And I save so much on everything.
For entertaining, there's no place like Ross.
Hurt in a wreck and need a check? I'm attorney Glenn Lerner.
877-1500. You're watching the Valley's News Leader with Dave Cavassier, Denise Valdez, Ted Florendo, and Chris Matthews. This is 8 News Now at 11.
Close to $13 million in education funding is coming to Nevada. Now, it's part of the preschool development grant program that's handing out $247 million around the country. Of the 18 states that get the money, Nevada is among 12 that haven't met or exceeded targets under the program. Now, the hope is to improve teaching by paying qualified teachers, expand from half to full-day programs, and reduce class sizes.
Now on to some news you can use. You can now watch some of your favorite Netflix shows without an internet connection. Today, the streaming service announced users can download movies and shows for free. You just need to make sure your app is up to date with the new download button. Netflix originals like Orange is the New Black, Narcos, and The Crown are already available for download, but shows like Gilmore Girls and Friends can't be downloaded yet. Just in time for the holidays, the Animal Foundation is hoping families step up to give some pets a forever home, so the shelter is offering the Bring Joy to the World special through the end of December. All dogs 6 months and older, $25, and fees for all pit bulls and cats 6 months or older are waived. They all come spayed or neutered and microchipped. The Animal Foundation currently has 26 dogs and 10 cats available for adoption. And with the snow already coming down the mountain, Lee Canyon gearing up for the start of ski and snowboard season. The resort will officially open December 9th. Season passes have been available for a few weeks now and can still be bought online, along with lift and tubing tickets. Lee Canyon's winter season is expected to run through March 2017, weather permitting. Ted?
All right, thank you, Dave. The NFR is in town this week, and the party kicked off on Fremont Street tonight. I was down there under the canopy earlier tonight to watch all the bands play and celebrate the rodeo being in town with the cowboys and, of course, the cowgirls. One thing I did learn tonight, guys, is the rodeo people are like the nicest people alive.
They are fun, aren't they?
And you got a couple good yeehaws, too.
Yeah. See, I was like, I could hang with them all night. Temperatures, of course, got a little cold this morning, probably the coldest of the season so far. We say so far because you haven't seen the 7-day forecast just yet.
Oh, boy.
Just a heads up to you, right? With these clouds we had today, we just had to give you a time lapse. We had to. I mean, look at this. Gave us a nice little sunset tonight. Isn't that nice? Wow, light winds also. One thing you saw with those clouds, though, and we're seeing outside right now, is those clouds actually give us a little bit of a blanket out there, so we're not going to get as cold as what we saw this morning. Look at these numbers here. Some of us below the freezing mark. Nellis at 30, along with Boulder City, Southern Hinds 31, 32 Far Hills, that's right at the freezing mark. Mount Johnston even colder at 15 degrees. Hopefully you follow me on Twitter because I tweeted these out earlier before my live shot today. The high 55 degrees, that was it. That's all we could get. 60 degrees is where we should be. 37 officially is what we hit at McCarran overnight. The record 79, that was way back in 1980. Can you believe that? Almost 80 degrees on this date back in 1980. Wind advisories again on these areas highlighted. This is not the Las Vegas Valley. These areas here will reach those wind speeds anywhere between 35 to 50 miles per hour. That means we could get some blowing dust out in the eastern Clark County and down towards Laughlin. Temps outside right now. Centennial Hills 37, 29 already for Aliante, 38 Sunrise Mountain. Henderson, how about you? 41. 37 in Anthem, Mountain's Edge at 43. Outside of town, also cold. 32 already at Jean, that's a freezing mark. Prump at 37, 36 Boulder City, Laughlin currently at 46. Like we said, the sky's clearing out a little bit, but still enough high cloud cover to keep us a little bit warmer than this morning. Snowflakes continue up there in Elko and also into portions there of we should say up at Elko and Eagly as well for this evening. Breezy conditions will continue, I think, tomorrow night, not during the day, but in the evening. And also for Friday, as you see there's the big dip in the jet stream. Cold air will be reinforced along with that, and that means that we'll have some colder temperatures again as we head into your weekend, and then even colder for next week. Overnight lows, here's how it looks by morning. Summerlin, 34 tomorrow morning. 35 for Aliante, Sunrise Mountain 37, 35 for Mountain's Edge, 36 for Henderson. So we will not issue a freeze warning, even though we'll get cold. But as we drop to those high 20s to 30s next week, then most likely a freeze warning will be issued again for next week. Tonight, here's the forecast. Mostly clear and chilly, light winds, 38 degrees tonight. Our normal is 41. Tomorrow, not too much of a warm-up. Our high tomorrow, 56. A mix of sun and clouds. Will be a couple degrees below average. Breezy in the evening, like we said. Not in the daytime, but the evening. And your extended forecast, here's how it looks for the first 3 days here. We've got those winds on Friday, light breezes on Saturday, so we've got a lot of 50s here, right? Get up to about 60 and milder on Sunday. And then look at next week. Whew, Tuesday and Wednesday, our high only 49 degrees, guys. That's the next system moving in. That's going to drop our high about 10 degrees below average for this time of the year at 49. Our low will be about 35 degrees on Wednesday morning.
That's cold.
Give us a yeehaw. Come on.
Still low precip, though.
Well,
pretty dry.
This is a moisture starved system. That's
It really
exactly what I
is.
was hoping for, is
Yeah.
that we could actually get some precip in here, but I'm just not seeing it.
They need it up on the mountain for the
Yeah,
ski.
one thing's for sure, though. we don't have to use our ice scrapers anymore. That
Okay.
is what I'm over
Or
and done.
snowblowers
That makes me
either.
feel better.
Okay, the silver lining there.
Exactly.
Thanks, Ted.
You got it.
Oh, the Red Rebels playing their first road game of the season.
Traveled up I-15 to, Southern Utah University, right?
Yeah, Southern Utah, and then Todd Simon's now the head coach up at the T-Birds, so they got to play against T-Birds and Coach Simon. So Menzies looking to roll the dice on the road in front of a nice crowd in Cedar City. And also, look who made a pit stop for the kids. Jimmy Johnson has a message. More coming up next here on Channel 8.
The 7-day forecast on 8 News Now is sponsored by Sudden Impact Auto Body.
The news on 8 News Now, brought to you in part by the Valley Auto Mall. With 20 dealers and 25 brands all at one location, the Valley Auto Mall is the clear choice.
The Acura Season of Performance event is here. Take advantage of some of the best holiday offers today.
Visit Findlay Acura or Cardinelli Way Acura Las Vegas for attractive offers on the TLX.
Treatment for addiction comes in many forms. Make sure you get a complete evaluation to determine what kind of care is best for you.
Las Vegas Recovery Center. You call, we help.
Recovery Renewal Health on 8 News Now is sponsored by Las Vegas Recovery Center.
At Conn's Home Plus, we're making spirits bright with up to 50% off throughout the store. Plus, yes money financing to help you afford even more. Just go to cons.com on your computer or mobile phone to apply and get approved. Then come make your spirits bright at Conn's Home Plus.
All the flavor, half the price at SLS Las Vegas. December 1st through 23rd, local code members enjoy 50% off at our acclaimed restaurants. Don't miss this delicious offer, only at SLS Las Vegas.
The most magical time of the year is also the perfect time to take home a new Honda. Like the Accord, the best-selling car in America. Hurry into the Happy Honda Day sales event, only at your Honda dealer.
One of Las Vegas's oldest and most trusted jewelers, Jack Weinstein's Tower of Jewels, is going out of business, but not before having the largest sale in Mr. Weinstein's 52-year history. The entire inventory has been discounted for immediate sale. Now save up to 70% off. Fine diamonds, precious gemstones, custom jewelry, and more. Tower of Jewels is the place to shop for the upcoming holidays and save up to 70% off. Hurry in today before the doors close forever. Jack Weinstein's Tower of Jewels, 896 East Sahara Avenue.
Southwest Medical Associates offers more than 20 OBGYN providers.
And we're proud to be an 8 News Now Community Pride Partner.
I'm attorney Glenn Lerner. Make one call, that's all, to 877-1500, and I'll make sure you get every dollar you deserve.
877-1500. GOVAR has been part of the Las Vegas landscape since 1947, proudly helping homeowners realize their dreams. GOVAR is proud to be a Community Pride Partner.
The Acura Season of Performance event is here. Take advantage of some of the best holiday offers today.
Visit Findlay Acura or Cardinelli Way Acura Las Vegas for attractive offers on the TLX.
All right, for the first time this season, the Runner Rebels took their show on the road. They traveled 3.5 hours north to Cedar City to meet the Thunderbirds. It's amazing the Rebs first played the T-Birds back in 1958. The last time they played in Utah was in 2013. Dave Rice and his gang ran away with a 73-51 win. So they meet again. Here it is at the Spectrum in front of 4,200 fans. That might be the smallest crowd UNLV plays in front of this season. Rebels keeping their lead in that first half, shooting 61% from the field. They hit 6 threes in the game, 3 of those in the first half. The only thing keeping it close was Southern Utah hitting 11 threes in the game. Rebels' biggest lead in this thing. First half, they led by 11. Freshman Troy Baxter flushes 2 of his 11. 6 Rebels scored in double digits, led by Dwayne Morgan's 19 points, along with 14 boards, and there he is. He was a monster. Nice team effort. They were sharing the ball. 16 assists, leading to some big baskets. Rebels led 40-34 at the half. Southern Utah never managed the lead. UNLV hit big shots when they needed them. Late in the game, UNLV led by 2. Javon Mooring hits the 3, scoring 16 points tonight. Menzies got 27 from his bench. Good to see the team share the ball, shoot the ball with confidence. Rebels improved to 5-2 on the season with tonight's 89-81 win. Congratulations. So a nice win by the Rebels, even without Chris Jones, who's still nursing that injury. Rebels are busing home, and they prepare for Saturday's game at Arizona State. Each year, NASCAR rolls into Las Vegas for its Champions Week, but this week it's kind of slowly being whittled down for just a few days now. It's no longer a fan fest. They don't have that anymore. Kids do enjoy a little fan fest themselves. NASCAR's champion Jimmy Johnson in town. He was over at the 7-time champ was visiting Doral Academy today. As you can imagine, the kids were wide-eyed and clinging to every word. They even made him feel welcome with their own cars made from scratch.
It is a different feeling. You know, in some ways you feel there's a larger responsibility to answer perfectly, and I can only imagine some of these kids are huge race fans, and to have us there talking to them, they're taking us word for word. So I do feel more of a responsibility to answer correctly and come from the right spot.
All right, now the drivers with their commitments kind of less and less during Champions Week. One thing that's still going to be a highlight and a spotlight will be the Las Vegas Strip burnout. Always fun. Drivers parade up and down the Strip and then give fans a little something extra there at the Spring Mountain intersection. The parade of drivers is scheduled to begin at Planet Hollywood around 2:45. City and county leaders in Oakland playing catch-up, doing all they can to keep the Raiders in Oakland. They met behind closed doors on Tuesday and say Ronnie Lott's investment group will bring $600 million to the table. NFL will pitch in with $200 million, and the city will provide $200 million in upgrading infrastructure. City Council doesn't want public money used, but those most vocal are fans in Oakland.
So it's long overdue. I mean, we've been waiting for this for 10 years, so we're finally there.
Good feelings, good hope?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So I'm ready to vote for it and move on.
All arrows are pointing toward Oakland. The way the team is playing right now, the way the NFL is wanting a deal to get done here, they have high-level respect for Ryan Lott's investment team.
We'll see what happens there. UNLV football coaches are off recruiting, and you think it's improving defense? Well, that's going to be their top priority for sure. Special teams play was awful. Defense wasn't too far behind. So that's Tony's task now. Go out and get some big-time players, the right kind of players, and he'll focus on that secondary.
Yeah, it was. We struggled, you know. I mean, it really, you know, it was one of those deals where and we struggled there. We have to get longer. That's one of the biggest things. And, you know, we've got some great guys there, the young guys, too. Darius Mouton, you know, I mean, you know, he had some tough times this year, made some good plays this year, but he's still a young guy, only a sophomore, going into his junior year next year. But we need to get longer and more athletic in space. I mean, that's just the bottom line. You know, early in the year, you saw some of those missed tackle issues and on special teams and such. And, you know, we just need to get, you know, longer guys that again, are better athletes. And then our younger guys have got to do a good job of maturing. And
you know, really what the bottom line is win. I mean, you can say all you want, but
it
you
comes
got
down
to
to
win.
Win, win, win.
All right, Chris.
Our strange stories for Wednesday are coming up right after this.
Headlines are everywhere. Journalism isn't. That's why 8 News Now is committed to digging deeper, because there's always more to the story than the headline. It's what makes 8 News Now the Valley's news leader. This portion of 8 News Now is sponsored by Stacks and Yokes.
Black Friday starts now at Planet Nissan. 2016 Nissan Altima is $4,000 off MSRP. $4,000 off every Altima in stock. Or get 0% APR for 72 months for well-qualified buyers. And included registration. Only at Planet Nissan.
I'm starving.
What are you hungry for?
Popeye's $5 boneless wing bash is back for the holidays. 6 boneless wings with a side, a biscuit, and dipping sauce for just $5. Come and get it. Louisiana fast.
Take the roar out of snore. Yet another innovation only at a Sleep Number store.
Is it a force of nature or a sales event? The Season of Audi sales event is here. Audi will cover your first month's lease payment on select models during the Season of Audi sales event.
Welcome to a musical about a family that's nothing like yours and exactly like yours. Fun Home is the true story that became a Tony-winning Best Musical. A groundbreaking, unforgettable production. And the best of what Broadway can do. Welcome to Fun Home, winner of 5 Tony Awards, including Best Musical.
January 3rd through the 8th. Tickets starting at $29 at thesmithcenter.com.
Forever families, some you were born into, but some special families you get to choose. 8 News Now is taking you through the adoption experience of Valley families, what goes into this very personal decision, and how it has changed all their lives for the better. Dave Courvoisier guides you through the amazing journey to becoming Forever families. Monday at 6:30, sponsored by our community pride partners NV Energy, Finley Automotive Group, the Greater Las Vegas Association of Realtors, and Southwest Medical Associates.
Black Friday starts now at Planet Nissan. 2016 Nissan Rogues, $3,500 off MSRP. $3,500 off every Rogue in stock. Or get 0% APR for 72 months for well-qualified buyers and included registration. Only at Planet Nissan.
Sports on 8 News Now is sponsored by Henderson Chevrolet.
Okay, time for our 3 strange stories for Wednesday.
All right, we begin with this. Imagine hearing a noise outside your bedroom window and looking out to see a cow staring back at you. That's exactly what folks outside Sacramento woke up to yesterday. Police say the cows are on their way from Oregon to Texas, but somehow got out of the trailer they were staying in overnight. The herd wandered around town for a little bit before getting stuck behind an apartment complex. Animal Control safely rounded them up that day and got them burgers. No, I'm just kidding. Got them back on the road.
All right, how about this one, guys? Listen to this. Police got a surprise this week, a strange surprise, really. A man came into the station at Queensland, Australia, to report a possible homicide. He handed over what he thought was a breast implant, said he found it on the beach. He was worried that someone maybe had been murdered or maybe drowned. Well, it turns out it was a false alarm. It was a dead jellyfish.
Oh, my goodness. And finally tonight, police in Kensington, Canada think they found the best way to make sure drunk drivers learn their lesson. Officers are stepping up enforcement for the holidays, but worried that the time behind bars might not be enough. So once the driver's arrested, they'll be forced to listen to Nickelback on the way to jail. The department says, quote, if you're foolish enough to get behind the wheel after drinking, then a little Chad Kroger is the perfect gift for you.
Ooh. Or just make them watch Geely.
Or Glitter.
Good strange story.
Great
That's
story.
all for us tonight, live at 11.
The Late Show with Stephen Colbert is up next. We'll see you back here tomorrow.